Hello, today I'm going to be reading G.S. Geronimo Stilton, Save the White Whale, part 2. Let's start. A smelly dump. And the next day, Petunia, Boxy, Benjamin, and I left for the beach. As we were driving, I told Petunia about how beautiful the Bay of Whale was. But when I got there, I nearly cried. Bay of Whales was a smelly dump. Ugly gray buildings crowded the coastline, and dozens of factories spewed smoke across the sky. On the beach, papers and garbage littered the sand, and there were so many cars. It looks like no one has been taking care of your beautiful beach, Petunia fumed. Now, how could anyone destroy such a natural wonder? We headed for the hotel with heavy hearts. From the outside of the building, everything looked just the way I remembered it. Whales and tails by the sea. Whales and tails by the sea. But inside the hotel, things were different. First, Miss Sweetcakes was not at the door. Instead, a gray rat with sleek black fur and curled whiskers glared at us from behind the desk. He was wearing a tank top that looked like it hadn't been washed in months. I noticed a small nameplate on the desk. It read, Finney's Filthy Fur Manager. I was shocked. How could Miss Sweetcakes hire such a surly looking rodent? Well, do you have res- reservations or what? Finest squeaked. I don't have a day. I I should have known it was a rude mouse I had spoken on the phone. I stepped up to the desk and was overwhelmed by the stench of onions. Phew, what a stinky rat. Yes, I'm Geronimo Stilton. We have a reservation, I said. But first, can you tell me what happened to Miss Sweetcakes? Then he shoved a couple of room keys at me. The old lady suffers the asthma because the air is so polluted here. She doesn't run the place anymore. I'm in charge now. Sooner or later, she'll sell it to me, he smirked. Poor Miss Sweetcakes. We went up to our rooms. I had room number 13. We quickly unpacked, putting the bathing suits and headed out toward the beach. But Venus blocked our way. Stop where you are, he said. Pay up or no swimming. I was shocked to hear we have to pay to get on the beach, but I didn't want to look bad in front of Petunia. How much is it? I asked. Venus had a sneaky smile and he snort. That'll be $250 for a rodent, he squeaked. I guessed how outrageous, but I didn't want to look bad in front of Petunia, so I paid. Oh, what a miserable vacation. As soon as we set paws on the beach, a lifeguard with humongous muscles strode up. He led us to the beach umbrella. Then he stuck out his paw, waiting for a tip. I opened my wallet half-heartedly and handed him some bills with a sigh. That's it, he complained loudly. That's it, he complained loudly. Everybody turned to look at us. I didn't want to look bad in front of Petunia, so I handed him the entire wallet. Then I collapsed in a chair while Petunia, Buxy, and Benjamin went for a walk. Oh, what a miserable vacation. Lulled by the sound of the waves, I was about to drift off to sleep, but suddenly three frail voices woke me up. It's him, ladies. Are you sure, Mitzi? Ask him, Gertrude. Excuse me, aren't you Geronimo Stilton, the big shot newspaper mouse? I opened my eyes. Three ladies stood over me. Yes, I'm Geronimo Stilton, I said. He's much better looking in photos. Do you agree, Mitzi? The first mouse commanded. Oh, definitely, Gertrude, the second mouse said. Look at his fur. It's all knotted. And with his eyes? They're crossed. What do you think, ladies? He's a mess, the third mouse announced. I sighed. I felt a pounding headache coming on. Sorry to be disappointing you, I said. I was just about to close my eyes again when one of the old ladies pulled out a huge stack of papers. Even though you're a mess, we still want your autograph. Can you sign one for each of us and one for all of our friends? She asked. I gulped. If my eyes wasn't crossed now, they would be by the time I finish signing all those sheets. It will take me hours. What could I do? After all, I'm a gentle mouse. With a sigh, I bent my head and started signing. Oh, what a miserable vacation. I signed and signed and signed and signed and signed and signed, signed. What a miserable vacation. After the busybodies left, I closed my eyes. At last, a little peace and quiet. The sun warmed my fur, and the sound of the ocean waves were so gleaming. So I was about to drift off when a baseball smacked me on the snout. Thunk! Hey, Uncle G, guess what I've got? Buxy screeched, waving a giant book in my face. Before I could answer, she continued, it's the Encyclopedia of Jokes, and I'm going to read all of them all to you. Every single one. For the next hour, Buxy forced me to listen to the most ridiculous jokes ever. By the time she was done, I thought my head was going to explode. Oh, what a miserable vacation. By mid-afternoon, Petunia, Benjamin, and Buxy decided to go check the hotel's game room, but I wasn't budging. The thought of hanging out in a noisy game room with Buxy made my head pound. Use the sunblock on the beach bag, Petunia said, waving goodbye. I looked at the bag to find a bottle filled with the sticky liquid. I rubbed the liquid from tip of my whiskers to tip of my tail. I fell asleep in the sun for hours. I woke up in a horrible burn. I tried to get up, but I tripped and fell. I looked like a breaded mouse cullet. In the bottle, I read the bottle. Slimy cheddar sticks. It, it wasn't a sunblock. It was a shampoo. Oh, what a miserable vacation. How sad. I decided to jump in the water to get the sand off me. As a young mouseling, I used to love swimming in the beautiful blue-green water. I remember fondly how the clear waves tinkled in the sunlight, a fresh breeze smelled of salt, the seagulls flapped in the sky, and the whales leaped and played in the horizon. Now, ugly trash floated here and there in the waves. The air stunk of smoke, and there was no whale in sight. How sad! Get your camera. Stuck upon the water, frozen chase pups. It was cold. I decided to skip the swim, I just, but just then a wave knocked me over. I pulled It pulled me underwater. I was tossed around and 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 around. As I struggled to get to the top, I lost my bathing suits in the undertow. Holy cheese, how humiliating! What was I supposed to do? I thought I thought and I thought until at last I came with the plan. I waited until the sun went down, then I slipped out of the water and I found some seaweed that was washed to the beach and wove into the pair of swimming trunks. Then I snuck over to the hotel by going to the back way so no one will see me. That when I got there, I waited until the doorman was busy before I grabbed the key to my room. Then I ran up the stairs, down the hall, and straight to my room. But just as I was about to go in, I heard three shrieks. I screamed. Then I slowly turned around. It was the three busy bodies from the beach. Do you see what he's wearing, Mitzi? One said. It looks like, say what? Said another. What do you think, ladies? Get your camera, Gertrude, the third one instructed. Before I could protest, a big light flash a bright flash went up. I hung my head. How embarrassing. Oh, what a miserable vacation. Seaweed Street, Sweet Swim Trunk. The next day, a gossip magazine on Mouse Island showed a picture of me on the cover. Can you guess what I was wearing? Yep, I had a sweet seaweed swim trunks. Could things get any worse? I tried to crawl on. I went down to breakfast, and there were the three busybodies. I tried to crawl under the table, but they started shaking. Look, everyone, there he is! They shouted. It's Geronimo Stilton. Where's your seaweed swimsuit? Suit. Oh, what a miserable vacation. Oh, what a miserable vacation. It was a purple with embarrassment. Petunia would never take me seriously now. How could I tell I liked her after this disaster? I was so upset I hid under the buffet table. But then my stomach started to rumble. The smell of hot cinnamon rolls, jelly donuts, and cheese garnish made my mouth water. I couldn't stop myself. I popped up from the under the table, then grabbed a plate and piled it high with all kinds of delicious breakfast foods. There were cheddar pancakes, waffles, mozzarella muffins, cheesy cream, bagels, and French toast. While I was eating, I began to feel better. Maybe things weren't so bad at all. I try to forget about my sweet seaweed swimsuit and concentrate on something positive. Since it was our second to last day at the beach, I had booked tickets for us to go whale watching. I couldn't wait. So that's the end of Geronimo Stilton GS Save the White Whale, and well, I'll see you next time, and don't forget to subscribe and share. Thanks for reading with us. Good night.